Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to the Roottrees Are Dead. In the last episode, we were focusing on James, or Jim Roottree, and his wife, Diamond. They had a band. Now, we have plenty of notes here. We have plenty of notes for Jim and Diamond, and I intend to go through all of them. No stone shall be left unturned. Yeah, we've seen that one. Diamond Dazzlers, we've searched that one, so... Cherry Tree. Yeah, Cherry Tree is a pretty general search term. Perhaps, unsurprisingly, you find a lot of results for foliage. Sound of laughter. An album by Jim and Diamond released in 1989. You can't even find a picture of the cover. It doesn't appear to have been very successful, and reviews seem middling, even from fans. Some basic liner notes exist on a Jim Roottree fan page, and it states that the lyrics and guitar are credited to Jim Roottree, and the vocals are credited to Diamond LaRue. Okay. Now, this was the guy selling... Oh, hello. Peter Janowicz, or Janowicz, I don't know how to pronounce his surname, I'm so sorry. Peter J. seemed to be a music critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website about a band unrelated to the Roottrees. He used to work for Modern Music Monthly before the magazine went under. Let's... Modern Music Monthly... Jim. No, excuse me. Okay, you know what? Yeah. There we go. It's saying that this is a, Can I... One second. God damn it. God damn it. Excuse me. Copy it. No, I'm gonna delete that. And then... Maybe if we try... Jim... There we go, okay. A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim Goes Into His First Band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in... Oh, hello. Yeah, we'll highlight that. Diamond and I were in C&J and J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. Yet there was a Jane LaRue. Oh. So maybe she married into the family and then they got divorced? Maybe. Okay. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. I would like it noted, there was a Jane LaRue and a Kim LaRue. I'm thinking if Clark... So Clark is dating... Clark is dating Jane. Yeah, from the name of the band, it's two couples. So Clark is dating Jane. Diamond walks in on Clark in bed with Jane. That would just be an embarrassing, like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. that's not going to cause things to explode unless they were doing some, like, really fucking weird kinky shit. Then that would be a case of, like, I can never look my sister in the eye. But, like, I wouldn't call that an explosion. That's more of like a deflating souffle. It's like a bleh, rather than a bang. As I said, there were two other LaRues. There was Jane and Kim. I'm wondering if they're three. Three sisters, not just two. Because I'm thinking that's a case of, like, you've walked in on this guy cheating on your sister with your other sister. Yeah, youngest sister. If it was just Diamond and Jane, then you wouldn't have to specify. And again, they're seeing each other. Why would that cause things to explode? Youngest sister. I would assume Diamond is probably the oldest. And then Jane and Kim, like, God knows how they're placed. But I would assume Diamond is the oldest and she walked in on Clark. Oh, shit. Clark. Clark, you dipshit. Don't do that. When Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes. Something you hum a week later. I've been told Rollin' is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started Raffa Tunes, and he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay. Okay. So we need to make notes on this. However, we don't need notes for Jim. This has more to do with Clark. Okay. So yeah, that relates to I put that in Jim, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. My cousin and his ex. See, this is why we check. So we know that Clark is... Excuse me. There we go. We know that Clark is Jim's cousin. Okay. Okay. Clark never knew his father. That actually, that might not be relevant. I don't think it says when people died. But yeah, if it's your cousin, oh. I'm just saying, Clark seems very messy. If this situation is what I think it is, then this is really fucking messy. This person's just chilling. This person's just chilling. Meanwhile, over here... Ooh, I have my eye on you. I don't feel comfortable putting that in, because I'm kind of going off of vibes. Clark seems messy. This is clearly a messy situation. But you give off messy vibes, and Clark gives off messy vibes. I don't feel comfortable putting it in, but that's where my intuition is leading me. But yeah, it doesn't state any of the deaths, so. But still, it's good for us to know. Yeah, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. Okay. Yeah, the appeal of this is that they're two couples. They're two couples. Diamond walking in on Clark in bed with Jane, his partner, that might be embarrassing. It's not going to cause everything to screw up. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. I feel pretty confident in that. There are 3 LaRues. And all of them were in the family at some point. That's so fucking messy. That's so fucking messy. And then Clark started that. And he's a jingle writer. And then this is take me to Jim. Jim's father did ad campaigns. Okay. Okay, I think. Yeah, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I have a lot of notes. Yeah, I want to keep going down Jim, then we can move on to Clark. I don't want to be kind of flicking between tabs and going, oh, what did I pick? What did I pick? Maybe, can we... That's a thought. Is there a, There is a wolf Roottrees, so let's... Do you have a presence online? Okay, nothing there. I mean, the family is reclusive. The family is reclusive, so maybe they don't allow their kid to have, you know, an online presence. The Floozies. Aha! The Floozies are an all-female punk band operating out of New York City. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. Apparently, they were the opening act for the band the reviewer actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual, and not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in the good way. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The reviewer asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumoured to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer also mentioned that for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was all extremely expensive, and not only were they selling CDs, but they only cost $1. They're probably losing a fortune. The reviewer said although she bought a copy, she would be unlikely to ever listen to any of it again, except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There is no picture of the Floozies performing live, but the cover from the CD they were selling, Conquistador, has been added to your evidence. Okay, so apparently... Apparently the music gene did not, Ooh. Well, hello. I like your hair. Yeah, apparently the music gene didn't necessarily inherit here. A CD from a band called the Floozies that is only available at their live shows. The credits on the cover say, guitars/vocals, Candy, bass, Nikki, drums, Nina. That is... Well, I mean, she's got a mic in front of her. Is there a Candy? 1 second, let me... I feel like if this kid is at home being included in like the family portraits and all that, I would assume she's older. Let's see, do we have... We do have a Candy Roottrees. Occupation. Musician. Ooh. Well done. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked in. And... ooh. Excellent. Booyah!
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Okay. Oh, this is a lot. This is a lot.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay, now it's doubling. It's doubling. I mean, to be fair, what do we have like a total number? I have in my head that it's 50. I might be talking out of my arse there. I don't know. Either way. Either way. Yeah, I also know you. Wolf. That's you. That looks like a kid to me. That looks like we have I would put that as a student K-12 because that looks like a child. If that's not a child, then this kid has lived a hard life. Okay, we have evidence, but I was looking at stuff. I was in the middle. I was in the middle of doing this. I don't like switching tracks. Yeah, I'ma leave that. I'ma leave that. Yeah, can we find anything on this band? Aha! A band called C&J plus J&D released one single called These Times. Someone with the username Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over 200 bucks at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is add the scan to your evidence. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. Okay, so that would be this. Okay, that's just an update for you. I don't need that. Yeah, let's... Okay. I'm just like, how do we tell who is who? Because I'm... Oh! JD, CJ. Okay, ooh, hello. Clark Rafferty. Yeah, that's the modern... What was it? Modern Music Monthly? Something like that? You know, fuck it, go on. Yeah, very flower power.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge, rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their way.
Yeah, it's growing on me. It's growing on me. I don't know why, it makes me think of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He's quite flower power. Oh! There are the ladies. Okay, actually, I really like this. I really like this, actually. Okay. But yeah, let's put these pictures in. Because I'm pretty sure... So yeah, Jay... Wait a minute. Yeah, Jim and Diamond. There we go. And then, yeah, Jim and Diamond. Okay. I'm just saying, Again, this person seems messy. You know, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. It would be more of a guess than anything. An educated guess, I think, but I'ma leave it. I'ma leave it. I really like this song, actually. This is good. Okay. Yeah, old ad campaigns because his dad was doing ad campaigns. Okay. Now, Clark. Wait a minute. Evidence. Clark Rafferty. A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention that he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mention an album called These Times. Yeah, seen that. Okay. Raffatoons, we can try that. Aha! A website about Raffatoons, Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. On it, there is an about page, and you can find a picture labelled Inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, and when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. The photo is now in your evidence. Okay, so his youngest, Katrina. There we go. I'm like, can we find this specifically? Aha! The Roottrees Maple Super Bowl commercial from 1994 has a family bickering in a department store and the father bites into a Roottrees Maple crisp. Time stops and a jingle plays while he dances down the aisle. As he does, different things in the department store become Roottrees candy. For example, a bed that the father collapses onto becomes a giant chocolate bar. The jingle, Need the Rest, went on to be featured in other commercials with other scenarios. Can we find this jingle? Okay, this is a famous jingle for Roottrees Maple, originating in the Super Bowl commercial. The jingle goes, when you're surrounded by madness and mayhem, reach for the best. There's enough there to share, but let's face it, you need the rest. Okay. Okay, that's cute. Now, where is... This looks new. If that is the same man, This man has not aged well. I'm sorry. Callista, you're being a judgmental bitch. Yes, I am. I don't deny it. I don't deny that I am judgmental as hell. I've never said I'm not. You, sir, have not aged well. If you're who I think you are, it's because of the mess. It's because of the mess. A messy life, messy vibes will do this to you. You found this photo on the Raffatoons website. It was labelled the inspiration for the famous ad campaign. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. While his wife was trying to get Katrina, his youngest, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. I mean, he's got a lovely family, this kid. I don't fucking want to be here. I don't want to be here. Screw this. I want to be at home watching cartoons. Meanwhile, this one's just like, I'm the favourite child. I know that I'm the favourite child. They're gonna pay for my college. You're gonna have to work for it. They have a beautiful family, but sir, you have aged like milk. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm judgmental. Yeah, I doubt. Like, the kid of a celebrity, like Wolf, he might have, like, a social media presence, or, you know, it's, what is it? It's the 90s. It's the late 90s. But, like, still, there might be articles. This is the kid of a jingle writer. Probably not gonna be anything. However, we do know this is Katrina. This is Katrina. Actually, that does tell us something. Because Jim's cousin on this side doesn't have any kids. So you have to be... Clark Rafferty. You're a... Would that be advertising? Is jingle writer a specific thing? I go with advertising. And then we'll put that one in. And then... Okay, I know you're... that must be you. That must be you. You're Katrina. Katrina Rafferty LaRue. That's you. Wait. Yeah, 2 kids. 2 kids in the photo. So yeah, you are currently married to this one. I'm thinking... Yeah, we have Jane and we have Kim. Well, this has to be Jessica. Yeah, that you have to be Jessica. Oh, no, excuse me. Misclick. Jessica. And they're both kids. They're both kids. Oh. Okay, well done. Yeah, it is 50. It is 50 total. Booyah, indeed. And yes, you are also a child. I'm thinking if it was in the band, it was Jane, right? Yeah, Jane. In which case, I think it's likely that this is Kim. I think that's Kim. This one has a picture. We have... Also, one second before I forget. Yeah, that's you. We have more pictures, but I'm just like, no. Stay on track. Stay on track. Yeah, we do have a picture of Jane. And I mean, again, she's in. She must have married in at some point. So yeah, I think that's Jane. And then you cheated on her with her sister. Don't, Clark, you messy bitch. You messy bitch. Okay, that I was like, did Gwen ever, slot in? She did. Okay, right. Okay, we're getting this section quite nicely filled out. I'm very happy with this. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay, I think that's all the notes I have, which means we can start looking at the new evidence. But then we haven't completed this. We haven't completed this yet. But let's go in order. I'm sorry if you're screaming at the screen saying, no, follow up on the new evidence. I'm sorry, I am slow and steady and methodical. Like, I plod along at my own pace, and I will not be pushed to go faster. So we have Lauren Roottrees. Okay. Author Lauren Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book. Again, let's new page. Okay. Author Lauren... there we go. Author Lauren Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book, A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released... Rafferty! I'm sorry, I jumped ahead, I do apologise. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Laura Rafferty, to little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees. There goes my timer. We will finish reading this. Release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries, released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrees. This included Romance in Court, there we go, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release by writing 2 new sequels, creating what the fans referred to as the Court Jester series. There we go. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Okay. Right, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, let's go back to there. In the next episode, we will focus on Lauren. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members, such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davis, CGG, and Kevin Bicknell. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.